Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. I am sitting down with AKA the infamous Hollywood,
You
AKA.
already know who it is.
Do you know what? I hate when he does it because it's better than my one now. I feel like I need to improve my minerals now. You understand when he does that? Now we appreciate you, Hollywood. Thank you for coming through, and we've also got our lovely sister as well, Ashley.
Look, I ain't got no tight little slogan, but you already know who it
Boy, you got to
Look,
copyright that, bro.
first of all, I want to say, who has the Christmas tree still up in January?
Damn.
is. People stop it in March. I think people take it down in March.
Boy, I didn't even put one up. To be honest, it's too much hard work putting it down. So I left it where it is. You get me?
Yeah.
So today, you know what? I think people are really going to be looking forward to you guys live. And the reason why, I think we've seen bits and parts of both of you. We've seen, Ashley, you've come on the show. We've had a one-to-one. Hollywood, we've had a little bit of a conversation. We didn't get to have one-to-one, but we got to see you with the Man-Dem chat. You know, you kept it real 100 there as well. So I want to go in straight because we know you a bit both now. So I want to go in hardcore straight into. We saw the reunion, okay? And I'm going to go hard hitting straight away, okay?
We ain't getting no jelly, no nothing. No
Oh, you ain't getting on that. I didn't even do it for Mike and Shaver. I said, nah, I know you now. You're human. We're going in. So, you ain't getting no riddles. So straight up, no chaser. Let's talk about reunion. Hollywood, I want to ask you a straight question, okay? The situation between Kwame and Ashley, I want to know your actual thoughts, your feelings, without no interruptions, and just your perspective.
Okay. I hate when people start off. They always do that. You don't notice that?
It's cool, bro. You gotta catch your breath.
But no, real talk though. Me, I'm hurt by it. I really am. I'm not jealous of a dude. I'm not jealous of him. It's not the dude, you know what I'm saying? Because the dude gonna come and do what he got to do. That's like with us back in the days when I was a player. If a girl told me they had a dude, I'm still gonna sweet talk
Trust
because
me.
you already know. I'm
You already
sweet talking
know.
because she got something I want, especially if she look good like that. You know what I'm saying? If she look good like that, I'm definitely putting out the stops. So I understand him. You know what I'm saying? And for him to actually like her is common because she has this type of personality, this type of demeanor. Like I tell everybody, I'm anointed. I feel like God anointed me to where people love to be around me. Like just because I do this don't mean I'm mad. That mean I be getting hyped, but people love to be around me. They like my anointing, and that's the same way for her. So of course, a guy get with her and be like, man, I'm loving this chick because she's down to earth, never smoked, never drank, don't curse. You know what I'm saying? Pretty and sexy. Who wouldn't want to be with that?
I hear that.
But so I'm not mad at the dude. So I just want the world to know I'm not mad at him.
I understand.
I'm just mad at the fact that, you know, she got a connection with somebody because we've been together for 9 years. And for you to let someone come and sweet talk you the same stuff I do. I know I had like a little type of little attitude on the show. It wasn't because that's not how we are. We don't bust. But I had an attitude about what I was feeling and seeing. And that's what I needed to work on as far as learning how to communicate without being upset when because I don't have nothing to be mad at. And that was the first time it brought it out me, you know? So yeah, to answer the question, I was totally hurt. You know what I'm saying? And devastated. I was.
Let me ask you another question before I let Ashley come in. I totally understand you. I'm going to be honest with you. As a male, I totally understand because when I review the show, I watch it as a reviewer, yes, try to be as impartial as possible, but as a male too, I also understand your perspective. You know, you're the lady that you love and you care for, and the fact that you guys have had 9 years together, it's not a short amount of time. I want to kind of go a bit deeper into what's hurting you. I know what you're saying, so I want you to go a little bit deeper for me to kind of press the issue really, so we can get it fleshed out. What exactly is it that Ashley did that is hurting you? I need you to flesh it out so that I fully grasp what you're saying to me. Do you understand? I know what you're saying, but I want you to make it as clear as day. What is it that she did that you felt that you feel hurt by? That's what I want to know, so that we can get that clear understanding.
All right, like I told her before, we are grown. When you grown, first of all, you learn what's right and wrong, right? What I'm hurt by is I'm sitting there confessing my love every show, every episode, every day. I don't want these dates. I want her. We go on a date. I'm still comparing to her because this is what I want. And like I told my people already, you don't. I was already a player before, so I'm not on his show to try to find no dates. I don't want to be the player. I don't want to feel like I'm being a player again. That's why I said on one of the episodes, I feel like I'm cheating on my girl. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was televised. But what I'm hurt about is, right from wrong. You have a man. I am your man, right? It's certain things. If I tell you, go do what you want to do, okay, you do what you do, but right from wrong. You still have a man. Like I keep telling her the same story. If I was a cop in a uniform, I know she's tired of hearing this one, but if I'm a cop in a uniform and I tell you, go steal out the store, I ain't gonna do nothing. But you go in the store and you come out and I handcuff you and bring you to jail. I gave you I told you can do it, but you know right from wrong. Why would you do that? And I'm a cop. So with this situation, you have a man. You don't sit there and you don't rub on another man. You don't sit there and touch on other men's arms while you have a man. You don't let people massage you when you have a man. You don't sit there and let another man. You saw this man try to kiss you and you turned your head. You know he was trying something. You know in the back of your head, if somebody say close your eyes and open your mouth, you do not sit there. Either he could put his finger in your mouth, he could put a toe in your mouth, he could, you know what I'm saying? You knew something was gonna happen. So, and then when it happened, it wasn't like, man, what you doing? I got a man. It was pretty much like, you with this dumb look on your face. And I'm just saying, you don't do that when you have a man. You're supposed to be like, if a girl sat there and say, Hollywood, close your eyes and hold your hands open, and she grab on my penis, I'm like, girl, what you doing? I got a girl at home. And she see that she gonna beat you up and me up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hurt by, her actions.
Her actions. Okay. Ashley, I want to bring you in. Now, Hollywood's sounding hurt. He's, I believe he's made it clear, but I want you to kind of express, what did you hear that he said he was hurt by?
I heard that he said he was hurt by me kind of dismissing the fact that I'm in a relationship. Like, even though we agreed to do this process and he gave me no boundaries pretty much, I should have still not done certain things because I'm in a relationship. And that hurt him. That I allowed someone to get physical, that I actually got physical and touched and allowed myself to be open as I was to get a connection with somebody else.
I appreciate it. For you, I want you to kind of share your experience. How you obviously said you had a connection, a genuine connection with Kwame. Before you got to the show, was there an expression of boundaries that was given to you by Hollywood when you went on the show? Was there an expression of what can and cannot be done when you were going on the show?
Yes. We had a conversation about that, and our boundaries were different. The boundaries that he gave to me was that you can do whatever it is you want to do. At first, well, I'm not going to lie. At first, we had a conversation. We're going back and forth, and they were the same boundaries. We were saying, they had a clip that they showed, a little commercial. It was like no booty grabbing, no touching, no kissing, no hand holding, that kind of thing for the dates. And once the dates started, I left those boundaries the same for him, but he changed them. He said, okay, I'm giving you have no boundaries except you can't have sex with your date. And so, okay, so yeah, that was to answer your question. I could always go, but I'm saying that was to answer your question. That was the boundary.
Thank you for that. I want to ask Hollywood. She stated that there was a boundary change to there being you expressed verbally that there's a change of boundaries. Is this correct?
Yes.
What boundaries did you? I know she probably said it, but I want you to just kind of express from your lips. What did you say to Ashley were the boundaries, the ones that were changed to?
I don't to be totally honest though, I don't know why we changed the boundaries. I don't remember why. I really don't. But we did say no boundaries, no sex. But me, I should have kept it as the boundaries, because it really show you the type of person you are when you say you ain't got no boundaries. That's like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna sit there and disrespect your mate when they tell you have no boundaries, that just shows me what type of person, you know. And I ain't trying to disrespect or say nothing about her in a negative way. It
Of
just
course.
shows you something. That's like you telling me, you know, I tell you, babe, I don't want to go to the strip club, you know, and she said you can go, but just get a lap dance. But then I know I got a girlfriend at home, and she said, you know what, you ain't got no boundaries. Go enjoy yourself. Now I'm in a strip club. I get a lap dance, but I take in the back room and I bust up when I got a girlfriend. Like, and I come home and say, yeah, I hit that. You gonna be pissed. She gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my right from wrong. That's all I was saying. Like, I took the boundaries off just to see what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know you want to talk.
Yeah, I do, because I just want to clarify. We can do whatever we want, but sex was not for both of us. I did not change my boundaries at all. My boundaries stayed exactly the same. No kissing.
You did? I didn't know that. Till this day, I didn't.
No, I changed mine.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did, because we.
No, I really didn't. I'm being honest. I didn't know you said.
Hold on, Hollywood. Hold on. I'm gonna let you respond. Go on, Ashley. Let her finish, and I'm gonna let you respond to that. Yeah, go on. You said you didn't change the battery for him.
No, I never changed my boundaries, because for the simple fact is how I know I didn't. How he should know that as well is when Tasha came to the house, the date that he had that came to the house for him. I actually told him. I said that is the only time I said, you know what? All of the boundaries that I have are gone. So if the only boundary was sex, I wouldn't have said all of the boundaries. I said all of the boundaries are gone. And maybe he doesn't remember that, but that was clear today that my boundaries had not changed. And his only boundary was that I couldn't have sex. I felt like it was unrealistic. I even expressed to him, I said, you know, Hollywood, you need to say what you mean and mean what you say.
Okay.
Because that's an important thing when it comes to these boundaries and when it comes to other things in life. I feel like a lot of the times he might say certain things and he does not mean that. But in this instance, I wanted him to set a clear boundary of what he was comfortable with, and I was going to adhere to it. So in my mind, the technical mind that I have, kind of lawyerly mind, I kind of said, well, technically, I didn't break any of your boundaries. I understand it hurt your feelings, but I did not break any of the boundaries you set for me. I did what was comfortable for me. So when the guy massaged my hand, that was nothing. Like, I would never do that on a regular day, going out to a bar, talking to a guy if he's not there, and let him rub my hand. But in this experience, when we're instructed to try to get a connection, don't think about Hollywood. You are a single going on these dates. And I did what I was most comfortable with within the boundaries that he gave me.
You wasn't single though, going on dates.
But that's what was told.
Hollywood, I want you to explain, Hollywood. Sorry, because I don't want it to go left. I want you to explain, because you talked about the boundaries that were changed. Did you express the boundary to her was only that she shouldn't have sex? And when you said it, did you mean it?
First of all, she knows that I always tell her, before, when I meet a chick, I don't know if I told y'all when I first got on the first live, I say, when I meet a chick, I tell anybody, I say, do not, if you ever kiss a dude, have sex with a dude, go on a date with a dude, hold hands, I'm not dealing with you no more. I tell any girl I've ever dealt there with. So she already knew from the start that's what's me from the get-go. So when I say no boundaries, but only not sex, I honestly didn't think of her really about to go, because I always saw Ashley as a great, amazing, like I used to always tell people, man, I ain't got nothing to worry about with my girl. She ain't about to let no dude do this, do this, do this, do this. And to see it, it's like all the stuff I told him that she wasn't gonna do, she did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying, it's you don't give somebody can tell you no boundaries, but you know right from wrong. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to go back and forth about, the hurt. But if somebody say no boundaries, you still know right from wrong. That's it. It's simple. You have a man, I have a girl. You dig? And what I did on my dates, I felt I was respectful.
Okay. So before Ashley responds, so let me try to nail it so we can all get a bit more clarity. So you stated a boundary because it sounds like, although you stated a boundary, either the boundary was a test or you didn't mean the boundary.
It was kind of both. I ain't gonna lie. When I think about it now, Now when I think about it, it was I didn't mean that because I felt like she was gonna be good. I felt in my heart because I knew that I wouldn't gonna be like that, and I know that she got her own mind. But I felt like she wasn't gonna be disrespectful like that either. I really felt like that. Like when you know someone, and be like, I can say this and she ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do nothing wrong. That's what it was. Like I didn't expect that because I thought I knew her better than I did.
So do you feel like you had within that then, when you were stating the actual boundaries, that you had a silent expectation within the boundary? Because if you because I'm bro, listen, me, you boys, I feel what you're saying, but if we it's almost like when we're 18, when you're young, and the girl says to you, listen, like you're saying, like it's the same thing where you go and says that I don't care what you're gonna do, go out there, whatever, I don't care. She's vexed, but she don't really mean that, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So because that's what it sounds like you're expressing to me at the moment. What you're expressing to me is like, I said no boundaries, but I didn't mean literally no boundary or even the boundary to no sex. I expected you to not do that, right?
Yeah.
So here's my kind of question come into it. I agree with you, right? In that respect, I agree with you because there's almost that hidden thing that we all say, okay, yes, the person said obviously no boundaries, but then we go and do it. But then if you said it and the person then goes and does according to what you said, do we, and I'm asking this as a question, do we then have the right to be annoyed? Because if we, I'm not saying that you're wrong, by the way, because I'm agreeing with you. I'm on your side here. But I also have to express the trueness of the law.
Yeah.
If you state a law and the person does within the confinements of the law, they haven't broken the law. It'd be like me arresting you for going through a green light. We never expressed the green light was the issue. The issue is the red light. You didn't go for the red light. You went for the green one. So I'm asking it, is the frustration more to do with the fact that you had this silent expectation of her to meet it, but then you expressed a different expectation of her, which was to abide by the law?
Yes, that's pretty much what it is. My expectations was higher.
Okay.
For real talk, because like I said, I knew her, I trusted her forever, for all these years. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, what if I'd have said no hand holding, no hugging, no kissing, no pineapples?
Then you would have been saved. You would have been saved.
She had to walk like this. You know what I'm saying?
Then I would have been walking like that. You would have been proud of me.
And honestly, on the dates, I didn't have a problem if she went and hugged. We from New Orleans. We love hugging. We love greeting. Like, hey, how you doing? We compliment. But the other stuff, that's boyfriend and girlfriend. I keep saying this: if you boyfriend and girlfriend, it's certain things you cannot do. You know what I'm saying? That's like you texting a chick on the phone when you got a girlfriend. If your girlfriend finds out you texting another chick, she's gonna be pissed. Anything that's not right is not right. There's a right and a wrong. Even if you don't have no boundaries. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, they have rules. They have commandments. They tell you don't do this, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. If you break it, it's consequences.
But I didn't do anything you told me not to do.
But you know that you're not getting it.
You just said
you're smart. You're too smart. This is why I get upset sometimes, because you're too smart to know. You know right from wrong. Simple. That's it.
But you're not answering his question. Like he said, regardless of what the silent expectation was, what you thought I should have done, the rule is you can drive when it's green. So you can't pull me over and say, but I didn't want you to drive because you shouldn't have been driving the car. No, you can't do that. You can't. Yes, you have the right to feel upset because you thought in this test I was going to pass and I didn't according to your standards. But if you set the rules, you cannot be upset if I do something that does not go against your boundary.
You're right. But I still, like I said, I'm still upset. So it don't matter.
I get it, but I'm saying technically you really can't be too mad. You could be how I see it, and I'm not saying you can't.
When somebody always use the word technically, that's me.
No, be upset.
They're trying to get around it. They're trying to get around it.
I hear you saying. Go, Ganesh.
What I'm saying is you can be upset, But how I feel is you need to take some accountability for what you created. You need to take some accountability.
I never not took accountability.
To the point of, instead of just being upset with me, you need to be upset with you and say, dang, I really should have said what I meant. I really said what I meant, because if I'm feeling humiliated, I contributed to that humiliation. Because if I would have said what I meant, none of this would have happened.
But I also asked you the question. I said, so the stuff that you did on this TV show, if I would have did it, would you be with me? She told me no.
Oh, I said, I don't know.
No, you told me no at first. Be honest.
She told me no. Ash? Did you say no?
I said, I don't know. He just heard the no.
She said no.
She said
you
no.
know, man, if a man gonna hear no.
You didn't remember the boundaries. How you remember the boundaries?
Simple question. I said, you know.
So okay, no. Okay, so I think we've got to a crux of one issue here, which is the expression of a boundary which was given. Okay, so let me outline it so it makes it very clear. Hollywood, you gave a boundary with an expectation that was silent behind the boundary.
Right.
With an expectation that the person wouldn't go over that boundary, right? Because we are in a relationship.
Right.
And so I understand why there is pain there. I'm going to move to Ashley's point. Because also at the same time, I agree with you. Ashley knew there was a boundary, but there was a silent boundary, which let's be honest, I think we all know there are silent boundaries within relationships. There are silent boundaries. So the question really isn't necessarily about her breaking it as to why she decided to do as she wanted to do. It's not about the boundary anymore, because the boundary wasn't broken. It's about the action. So what we want to find out is, Ashley, for you, why did you feel comfortable? And it's not in a bashing way. It's more of a case of trying to get to your understanding so that Hollywood can understand. Why, for you, did you want to be more open to having a connection with somebody within the confinements of the boundary?
I felt like I wanted to because that was a conversation that Hollywood and I had. When I originally went on my first date, I assumed that the process meant that we can go on this thing just to kind of get new energy, be social, meet new people. And when we got into the session, Dr. Nicole was like, no, that is not what this is about. This is you are trying to get a connection if you get one. That is what it is. Don't waste your time. Like, find to see if you have a connection, see the things that you like that you might be missing in your relationship, and see if that might help you. So when we got back home, Hollywood and I had a conversation off camera where he actually initiated the conversation, which he does not remember now, but he initiated the conversation in which he told me, Ash, you know what, if we're going to do this process, let's go ahead and do it. Let's be open. So when we go on these dates, let's be open to getting a connection. He opened that arena. The thing is, I think that he did not think that it was possible to do. But he stated that. And so when he stated that for me, that was the intention. I agree. I said, okay, fine. If we're going to do it, let's do it. I agree with you. Let's be open. So every date that I went on, I was intentional about being open. I said this on your live before. Yeah. I am a flirty person. And he is as well. That's just by nature. We do that. Hey, baby, like sometimes we get comfortable because that's how we do. That's why he said we hug. We do that kind of stuff. We're touchy-feely type of people. What I'm saying. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. You come back. You've come back now. Go for it, sis.
But I felt like I was intentional about being open to the process because that's what he said. And like I said, that's another instance where I feel like a lot of the times that's an issue for me where you're not saying what you truly mean. You say it because you think maybe the prospects you might get might allow you to be a little more open. But when it comes to the point that maybe, oh, now I'm not getting people and I'm not able to be open because I don't like them. And then I feel like that's when it becomes a problem. So the only reason I felt like I was comfortable enough to do it is because we had that conversation. And when you come to me and say something, I'm going to take it for what you say. I'm going to take it for face value. I'm not going to read into it. That's what you said. Okay, babe, let's do it. And that's why everyday people say, well, actually, you were really into the process. I was into the process with all of my dates. Because even if I didn't like them, you know, they were cool. I didn't have chemistry with everybody. But I didn't like them like that, but I allowed myself to go through this process because that's what we were doing. That's what we were here to do.
So with that being said, I didn't have a problem when we first went on. I first went on my dates. I didn't know, when I say chemistry, I wasn't thinking of chemistry to being with this person. I really didn't. I'm being totally honest. I wasn't thinking to come on the show to meet a girl, to be with a girl. My whole objective was to come on the show to get counseling, to find out about myself, our relationship, and what we gonna do to move forward. Are we going to move forward? Now, if y'all saw in one of the episodes, I said, I don't care if she going on 50 dates. But I was saying, like, go on dates, have fun. Yeah, for dating is fun. Not go on 50 dates with the same dude.
I get you.
You get what I'm saying? To be with someone. Because if you look at them every time I go on my dates, let me tell y'all something about me. I can make myself like anybody. Would I really want to be with them? No. I don't. Like I said, the chicks I went on a date with, they wasn't ugly chicks. I could have found something in any one of the chicks to say, okay, I'm gonna stick with this one and like it. But what I was saying was, that's why every time I went on my dates, I was like, okay, it was fun, it was cool, she was pretty, but I want to be with my girl. That's my whole goal of the whole show, is to find out what's going on with me, what's going on with us, and let's move forward to be married. That's what I wanted. And I kept saying, I want it.
So I like where this is going, because I think I understand both of your plights here, right? I understand both of your plights here. I understand what you're saying, Hollywood, and I understand what Ashley is saying. So let me man to man with Hollywood for a little bit. So a situation very similar to what you guys have experienced, I experienced it, and very much similar to yourself, Hollywood. I said to the person, "Well, you know what? Do what you want." You understand? Now, when that person actually did what they want, everything went south. Like, because I didn't expect them to do that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But then I learned a key lesson. As a male, as a man, once I said it, it's out in the open. As a woman, once she says it, it's out in the open, right? Once you said it, you've laid a law. So even though I was pissed, bro. I'll be honest with you, because that, like you said, bro, listen, I'll be honest with you. There are certain things I don't need to tell you that you shouldn't do. But once I said to the person, well, do what you want then, I have opened up a can of worms. You see, if we're talking Bible here, life and death exist in the tongue. Once you stated that word, it became a law. And it became its own boundary. So, unfortunately, we have now a situation where the person hasn't necessarily broken the boundary because we stated what the boundary was, but they've broken an expectation. That's a violation. It's a violation that you feel like that's happened to you. And it's happened obviously to you. But unfortunately, because you've said it, you have to hold that lesson. So you've got I'll be honest with you. We got two choices here, right? We either forgive the violation that you feel is against your silent expectation,
right?
But when you're forgiven, you can't. When you're forgiven that thing, you can't hold it against the person because they never actually they never broke the law. You understand? You see what I'm saying? It can't be something that you use as a weight against the person because they actually never broke the law. You understand? Yeah. Your feelings, though, are genuine and you're allowed to express how you feel. But then the next step after that has to be, am I forgiving or am I leaving it? Because at that point, the violation has already been occurred. She's done what she's done. Whether you agree with it, whether I agree with it, doesn't make a difference because the violation only occurs to our expectation, not the law. You have to make a choice in that point.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because at that point, and I think this is where she might say about accountability. Once you said it, you have to take hold of the responsibility because you said it, whether you meant it or not. The box here. Look, I will say this to people: the reason why we get into a lot of trouble is because we create too many gray spaces. You're a man like me, bro. Yeah, you didn't expect it, and I agree with you. You didn't expect it, but once you stated it, you created a gray area because you were saying, I don't want you to do it, but I'm gonna tell you can have this boundary. Right? You can rob the store, but I don't expect you to rob the store. Well, someone might rob the store, Why give them the opportunity? You know what I'm saying? You once you state it, you've got to mean what you say, so that there's no room. Because right now, there's a situation. It's not black and white. It's actually not black and white, because once you said, "Oh, you can do what you want," it became a gray area. If you had said to her, "Listen, you're gonna go on dates and you kiss anybody, you touch anybody, that's my boundary." Now, when she does it, violation is breaking of a law. You can send her on her way if you need to, or you forgive, whatever you feel like. But then you have a case. But right now, if this goes to a court of law, this gets thrown out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that your feelings aren't allowed. I'm with you, bro, because this is not just played out in personal. It's played out on TV as men. Our ego is playing. Our pride is playing. All of that is a lot right now. You understand? And Ashley knows. I told her about this pineapple exchange. I kissed. I said it's not for me, bro. I said that's not for me. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention to get you to understand that once you said it outwardly, me and you, bro, once we said it to our women at that time, we created a gray area. No matter how pissed I am, I created a gray area. So the next time when I say something, I'll say it exactly as I want it to be. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also want to say to Ash, let me be real. Let me be real. Sis, I know you wanted to explore the process in it. But I know why you wanted to explore the process, right? But there was a silent expectation. Let's keep it real. You in the back of your mind, you'd have thought there's a silent expectation. And do you know why I know that? Because you didn't give him the same boundary. You didn't give him the same boundary. When he opened a boundary, you didn't open a boundary for him either. You just opened it. I thought you said you didn't open it.
Wait, no, on that date I did.
Okay, so did you open a boundary for that everybody can? So basically, if you opened it as well, then so you opened it, said everybody can do free for all.
No, not everybody. Just on that date with the one that I thought that he was really gonna like, I opened that one. But for the other ones, no, I kept the boundaries the same because I didn't want to have this issue. I didn't want it to be a silent, you read my mind type of thing. I want explicit and say this is what I want and this is what I don't want. And I just wanted to be clear. And that was something for him when he set that boundary. I said, "Are you sure?" Like I questioned it, like to him. So I get it, but I set mine with an intention, and I was pressing him so he could do the same thing. Like, don't just be, just whimsical with your thoughts about this process. Let's be intentional about everything we do, every assignment. Let's be intentional.
I get it. No, I hear that. Question is, Hollywood, is it forgivable? This is the question, bro. Can you forgive it?
Let me tell you something. I asked her now. I've been whatever I feel, but let me tell y'all something. With Ash, see, bro, she can get around a question. For instance, say if I'm like, was you on the phone with your friend for an hour? No, just being funny.
That's a good question.
And her dad, and she was on the phone with her brother. She could say, yes, I was on the phone, but she know how to get around questions. So if I'd have gave her boundaries, specific boundaries, if I'd have said, don't hold hands, she would have been like, we just have pinkies together. You know what I'm saying? So she know how to get around stuff. But no, I'm going to answer the question. I already told you, I've been expressing, when we talked about it after the show, she was saying, say what you mean what you say. Haven't I been doing it? Now
oh, yeah, you have.
But
that's what you needed to learn. Maybe.
Yeah, but I did. But it is forgivable. I forgave. We talked last night. I forgave her. Like,
know that? See, he lying, Coach Joe. I don't remember that conversation. No, I'm playing. I'm just playing.
I'm about to say.
Holly was looking at me like, no, she did not.
No. I told her I forgave her. I don't. I really did. I don't. Once I get it out, I just need to get it out. That's why I felt like I couldn't get it out good when I was on TV. That's why I kept bucking, because I felt like I couldn't get out. And I don't know how to fuss with her. I don't know how to fuss. She can fuss without even cursing. And you be like, damn, she just beat me. And then he must say a curse word. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't get it out. And when we get off the phone or when we stop talking, it comes to me. And I'll be like, this is what I really wanted to say. So I honestly talked to her and I told her, like, I forgave her. I get it. I didn't say specifics what she shouldn't have did. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about this too, though. What if she gave me the same boundaries, and I had a chocolate covered strawberry in my mouth, and strawberries is little than pineapples, and she got in that thing and gave me that good one, that you know what I'm saying, and that tongue and that slab coming down,
No kissing was on my boundary list. But in the same breath, I could really say that even though I made those things, a silent expectation for myself could have been, don't have no sexual innuendos and be inappropriate when you're on these dates. I could have said that.
First of all, I wasn't inappropriate. Every man says something funny when a girl says something.
Man says, do you like it hard on your first date? No.
You don't know.
Okay, Hollywood, respond to that. Okay, so she's saying that. Okay, let's address this, because if we're talking about expectations and stuff like that, let's talk about this. So yourself, when you were saying those sexual innuendos, like balls in your face, have you ever had balls in your face? Right? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I said it from the moment you did Jenga. I said there was sexual innuendos that was being said in every date, right? But would you consider that a breaking of a boundary?
Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't, because no matter where we are, me and her, I'm gonna do this way because she that way. we are, no matter where we at. If we in the house with my family is funny. We from New Orleans, my family is funny. We say crazy things, and it just comes out. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody says something, oh, that's big, I'm like, what's big? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something funny to say. It ain't meaning like I won't put these balls in your face. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say that. She said, oh, I ain't never been on a date when balls hit me in my face. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I ain't say, hey, well, you could be the first time you get some balls put in your face.
But you know? It don't matter. See, you're thinking it is.
I'm just saying.
Because you're not adding yourself into it. I'm saying is, even though, like, say when we have conversation and you say inappropriate things when it's just me and you, don't I be like, why did you say that? Like, I'll say that. Like, be mindful. Even I'll tell him. We had a conversation about this before we got on the show. My mother is an ordained minister. Okay, so do you honestly think that people that already sometimes that might have issues with you, it might be an embarrassment to me if you get out of pocket and say certain things? I want you to be yourself. I want you to be you. But the thing is, saying, oh, do you like it hard? Oh, I love to see. I want to see.
I ain't say you like it. I said, oh, you like it hard. Like, we're talking about the game. First of all, I could be still stuck on that. Y'all don't know what I was talking about, right? I could still be. She said it's hard, and I said you like it hard. Like, I could still be talking about the game though. You don't know.
Okay.
That's the way I'm saying it,
so let me ask this question. Okay, so it wasn't a boundary breaking. It wasn't boundary because it wasn't expressed as a boundary, right? So the boundary wasn't broken. Okay. There was a silent expectation. Yeah. Okay. So Ashley, do you feel hurt? I want to keep it short. Do you feel hurt by the jokes that he was making about the sexual innuendos?
I don't feel hurt because I know him, but it was cringy for me. And I got some backlash from my family and friends regarding it. So it was a little embarrassing to hear that.
Okay. Hollywood, did you feel you did anything wrong when you were doing the sexual innuendos?
No, because it's natural with me. She knew, like, I say funny shit. I'm sorry. I say funny stuff. I say funny stuff. I just, whatever comes to like my family, man, you trust me. You be around them, you going to laugh all day. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we are. And if you used to doing funny stuff when you just with her or with even when I'm by her mom, who already, had be feeling, I still be funny over there. Like, it's just me. It's just me. Like, I felt like if I wouldn't have been saying nothing, my dates would have been I made the dates fun.
So let me ask you a question. Because this is the similarities in those two examples we're giving. We're talking about the Kwame situation, and we're talking about this particular innuendo situation. Both actually are exactly the same. Yeah. None of them broke any boundaries, but they did break silent expectations. So in both, if Ashley, even if your family were not happy about it, you didn't state as a boundary that he shouldn't do it, right? In the same fashion as well, Hollywood, you didn't state a boundary. She didn't break the boundary, right? So if you feel hurt, I know you feel hurt already, but if you may not understand her position from what happened with the Kwame situation, then you have to understand it from the point of view that when you're making a sexual innuendo, even though it's not a boundary, you're breaking something. So both
Can
of
I
you
tell you?
actually have done similar in behaviors.
But can I tell you something?
Go for it,
I've
bro.
not I've not justified what I did. So I'm gonna make it clear to you. I've
Mm,
not told her. I didn't tell her not once. Oh, I ain't do this. I told her I was sorry. Didn't I tell you, Red? I said I'm sorry for saying disrespectful stuff when we fussed, and for doing stupid stuff when I was doing, the accusation that you felt that your people or your friends felt. I told her. So don't
mm,
think that I've not apologized for my behalf. I'm not mad at her anymore. Listen to me. I forgave her about the situation on the show.
mm.
I don't know if I said. I'm gonna say it again. I already forgave her. I'm hurt, but I'm not mad. I forgave her. I'm just hurt. I'm still hurt that I could have lost my girl. You get what I'm saying? I'm still hurt that you found someone in so short of a time by somebody being sweet when I'm still sweet. That's it. I'm not mad. I'm just hurt. I was just
Yeah.
hurt and
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed. I'm gonna be straight up. I
Mm,
was embarrassed because I was here with my fam, and they see her saying things that they never saw Ash be like that. As far as not knowing that she really wanted her man for some type of lust, a little temptation. That was it, man. But I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm just hurt. That's
mm.
it.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. We'll move on from that. So, my third party that I want to hit, understanding emotional safety. Okay, because obviously this is because we're now going through the issues of why. Because if I'm kind of, I guess I'm assuming here. So I'm assuming because obviously I've watched you guys over the course of the seasons, etc. You guys. So let me ask the question because I'm assuming. Where are we at in terms of the marriage? I know where we at, but just for those who are new, where are we at in terms of marriage? Because we got engaged on the show, but where are we at in terms of the marriage? So for you, Hollywood, before I ask Ashley, where are you in terms of the marriage? In terms of getting married, where is your mind at?
Well, y'all saw. I've been warning. y'all ain't about to. Just because of the show, let me tell you something. Couples go through way worse stuff than that. We've been together for 9 years. You heard me?
Mm,
And we had a wonderful, fantastic relationship. People go through things. Just
mm,
because that happened on the show don't mean that I felt. Let me tell y'all something. I fell in love with this girl again on the show.
mm,
Y'all ask her. Don't I tell you that, Reed? Didn't I tell you on the show? I told her. I was like, I'm really loving you more than ever. And that was before the situation she was with the dude. So if somebody telling you I'm loving you more and then he sees which he saw, that's why it hurts. You
mm,
get it now? You get it?
mm-hmm,
When you loving somebody more than you ever loved them in your life, and then at the end of the show you start seeing that this person likes someone else, that's why I'm hurt. You get it? And
mm-hmm.
I've been wanting it. I've been wanting it. It ain't changed. That's a hot girl. But yeah.
So, so where do you stand at the moment then in terms of the marriage though? Where do you stand at the moment?
I still want it, but we got to work on. I'm going to counseling because, like I said, some things that I do need to work on myself. I still want it. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I want to be married, and I'm a good person. I'm a great one woman man. I loved it. I
mm,
loved that I ain't never had to hide my phone from her. She had all my passcodes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I like that. I like that situation. I had to worry about getting a disease out there sleeping around. You know what I'm saying? I like that type of stuff. I like her laying on my chest and my arm getting numb because her big old head on my arm and I can't move because she's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I like that stuff, man.
mm-hmm,
Like, you know, I do. I'm happy. You know what
mm.
I'm saying?
I hear that. I hear that. Thank you. And for you, Ashley, where do you stand in terms of this marriage thing? Because we want to understand your position. Where do you stand?
Um, I stand the same place I stood at the moment on the reunion when I said that if I don't see some type of emotional maturity and stability and security, that I'm not moving. Howard is an amazing man. I love him. He's very attentive. He's very passionate. He's very loving. He's very thorough when it comes to me in certain aspects. But this experience brought out something in him that I'm saying, well, we haven't had to really deal with anything on my end that pushed him to the limit where those characteristics with him
Yeah.
personally or just being really aggressive. You know, there were some things that maybe they didn't show, but we had multiple conversations where I felt like he was a little more aggressive than normal. And those kind of traits that came out, I didn't like. Those were things I hadn't seen before in the 9 years. I hadn't seen them. So with that being said, I feel like those kind of certain things like that needs to be worked on. So in the event we do go through something that's challenging in a marriage, I want to know that you have the right tools to handle me like a woman and not like a bruh or a man on the street, you know?
Okay. I hear that as well. I hear that. So obviously sorry about it. You mentioned something, a keyword, and I think we spoke about this yesterday. So I kind of want to ask Hollywood what his angle is on it, so we can get a better understanding. So we mentioned the word emotional safety. I don't know if she's mentioned. I'm sure she probably mentioned that to yourself as well. Yeah. What would you say you understand by emotional safety, or Ashley's emotional safety, should I say more specifically? What would you say you understand by when Ashley says feeling emotionally safe?
Yeah, honestly, bro, for real, she know once I put my mind to something, I can do it. For instance, if we gave up pork and beef, right? I love hamburgers. I say, look, she said we're gonna give up pork and beef for the year. Cold turkey, straight. I can do it. If I say I'm gonna stop cursing. When I see what my girl wants from me, out of 100 things in this world, I know emotional stability is high, because a lot of stuff that you do in a relationship can make you stay or make you really leave. And I'm a protector, I'm a provider, but if emotional stability is what I needed to be that 100% that she was looking for, it's no problem for me. Like I said, on the show, before this, I was emotional stability before the show. I just gave her that negative and that bark and that bite from the show. And she never saw that in me. And the reason why I was doing it was because I was hurt and feeling the way I was feeling. So that's why I say when counseling comes in, it's going to help me be the person to, like, look, all you got to do is sit there and think, see what she wants, listen to her, hear her. Don't just always rah because you're not where you want to be, you know what I'm saying, or where you think it was supposed to be. So yes, I don't have a problem going to counseling and working on myself for that. That's easy. That's what I want to do for myself. You know what I'm saying? That's simple.
I hear what you're saying. I want to ask the question again. So what do you understand by emotional safety? So I know that you're going to put the work in, as you're saying, but I want to see what you understand as emotional safety. What is Ashley's emotional safety?
Not so quick to let her go, pushing her away easily when that's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? Showing ready emotions instead of always getting hyped and puffing up. Like, just making sure she's safe as far as not knowing that, like, letting her know that I want this instead of, like I said, mean what I say and say what I mean, pretty much. I just want to make sure that she understand that if I want it, I'm working on it.
I hear you. So before I let Ashley kind of give her definition of emotional safety, what I want to point out to you, boy to boy, is that on a few occasions when I ask you a question, when you're answering, you actually lead into trying to prove to Ashley that you're great. And so you actually end up missing the actual conversation. So when I asked you emotional safety, you told me about going to counseling, such and such, and I wasn't asking that. I was only asking, what is your definition? And I think the reason why you potentially may do that is almost as if you're trying the validation. I'm not saying that you're trying to be egotistical. That's not it. But whatever's happened in the past, now when we're asking a question that's very simple, it actually goes away from the question. And 2 times when I asked you just now, you actually went both times to say, I'm a good guy, I'm about this, Ashley, I love you, like you kind of went on to this place where you have to almost say to Ashley how great you're trying to be, or what you'll do to become better. You'll go and do this, you'll go and do that. And it's almost as if you end up trying to prove something to her through the answering of a question, because almost as if you're sensing the question is going to expose something about you. And the question does expose something about all of us. But the question isn't there to do damage. It's more to understand where it's more to bring an understanding of where you stand. Because when I'm asking about emotional safety, what's going to happen is, if you were to have this conversation alone and she says, I need to feel emotionally safe, you're going to say, but I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this, I'm not that. And actually then you miss the point of the conversation. And I've said this to Ashley a couple of times. I said, when you guys were in the car, it is like the perfect example of when you're having a conversation where you're actually trying to get to grips with what the person's saying. I was saying to her that had he just like in the car, like literally just said, Ashley, what are you saying? She was about to break it down for you. She was about to give you all the answers to the test. But because whatever you've experienced in the past, and that's why I wish we could have had a one-to-one, because we could have got to understand where it was coming from. Because whatever you've experienced in the past, when you're interacting with those kind of conversations where it gets deep and it looks like you may be taken to task in some shape or form, naturally what happens is the defense comes in, and then you begin to go away from the actual question and start going into defending yourself. But I actually wasn't attacking you, because the question wasn't to attack you. The question is to see if you understood, so that when I ask Ashley what her definition is, I can weigh it up against her definition. Yeah. So that then you can understand where she stands.
Well, I never felt like that she was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like you was attacking me at all. I promise you that. I just want to let you know that. Like, I never felt like.
I'm not saying that you feel that. Yeah. It's the subconsciousness that works. So you're not naturally doing this. It's the subconsciousness when it hears certain questions that are guided towards your behavior, or could be talking about behavior, then naturally the defense comes in and it takes you onto this natural course. So Hollywood comes in and he goes, yeah, listen, I love you, I care for you, and that's great. It's really good stuff. But when it's actually answering the question, it doesn't get to the root of it. So let me give you an example. I'm going to let Ashley answer the question, and then you see if this is what it is. So Ashley, I need you to answer this question. What is an emotional safety for you? What makes you feel emotionally safe?
Emotional safety for me is being able to freely express my opinions or concerns about certain things and not having someone blow up or attack me right away. Or someone not tell me, oh, we could just be done with this if I don't say what you want to hear. For me, that is emotional safety.
Well, I thought I kind of said something in terms of it. I said that when she just said that, instead of when she said somebody don't blow up, then I thought I just said that. Like, make sure I listen to her and make sure that I don't open my mouth and say stupid stuff. That's what I just said. I thought, see, I say stuff different where I think, but what she was saying is what I was feeling. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I know the up and down, the roller coaster, up and down, up and down. It's not what I'm trying to do no more. I'm trying to stay on that ride. So,
or
I hear you.
Just kind of keep going. Like, I think, like, for instance, when I was on a date with Ray and I came home and you were asking me how the date was, and I was explaining it to you and you just kept on. So do you like him? Do you this? Do you that? Do you that? It's like, it was just, I feel like sometimes it's not emotionally safe to attack. And I'm going to be clear. I'm not physically afraid, because people have said that before, like, oh, she's scared of him. No, he's never been violent. He's not that type of person. But emotionally, I feel attacked sometimes. Emotionally, it could be overwhelming.
Mm. So just to make you understand, I didn't say that you didn't say what she's saying. I didn't say that. What I said was, when you started, you took the conversation all the way round. Do you understand? So I didn't say that you didn't say one of the things that she was saying. What I was trying to get you to see was, when you take the conversation all the way round, by the time you've come back to actually say what the person actually is trying to say, all that will happen is the person has lost you because it's gone all the way round. Do you see what I'm saying? So like the straightforwardness, if if it's straightforward, a person can receive it quickly. But if it goes all the way around, I have to stay with you when I've asked you. And when you're in an argument, this is one of the hardest things, because in argument, things are going, their darts going left, right, and center. So imagine if the person goes all the way around and the speed is going at the same time, people stop listening. It's very difficult. So again, and I can see the comments going off there. They want to, they don't see. This is what I'm trying to say. When people don't have stamina for understanding things, they rush things. So here's the thing: the emotional safety that she was talking about is what I was saying about in episode 1. I said I only got to see a little snippet of it, and I was like saying that's probably one of the most important things in a relationship. So I guess obviously for you, not to go on it too long, for you hearing that now in terms of her emotional safety, what is the steps for you to take forward in order to provide that emotional safety? If not, you're already taking it. What's the steps for you?
First of all, like counseling first, and just listening, just hearing instead of opening my mouth. Like I said, just hearing and listening, and stop jumping. Stop. I can't explain to you enough. I know a little bit of my problem. I do. So I just want to take her advice. I want to hear her out, and I do listen to her. She know that I listen, but just listen and hear instead of just blowing it off. That's it. Just listen, pay attention. I mean, she know I listen to her as far as other things, but I don't want to take on this emotional roller coaster. I really don't. I never wanted to. I never did. And like I said, if that's the only thing that's my problem, I don't have a problem working on it for us.
I rate that. Cool. All right, cool. Let me ask some more lighter questions. Cool. Let me ask some more lighter questions. So obviously after the reunion, where would you say you two are at the moment then? I know you guys said about the marriage stuff, but I mean, how has it been since the cameras have been off you guys? Where, what's it been like? What's the experience been like after, the cameras have been off?
Wait, where are you going?
Oh yeah, I'll go. Oh,
sorry, my bad.
You've been letting him
go first. I should have directed it to someone. My bad there. My bad there, bro. My bad, bro.
Like, let me try to let you go. Honestly, like after the experience, it was a little difficult. Like I said at the reunion, like the whole thing was a little stressful. Like I said, because this one is like the normal, like how he normally is. He's calm and chill. On the show, he was a little more amped. He was a little more aggressive. And after the show, he kind of brought that with him. And so it was a little difficult for me still, and we were trying to work through it and stuff like that. He had some stuff to do in like Houston and stuff. So we kind of had some time apart. Right now, it's becoming difficult because a lot more, he has to be there to handle certain things. His daughter had a birthday, or he's in Louisiana for, an emergency with his family. And, it's been a little difficult because we've been dealing with it, but it's kind of like over the phone, where you would have someone right there with you, where you can hug them and you can look in their face and be like, I love you, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because he is that type of person too. He's a touchy-feely kind of person like me. And so his energy, yeah, I can tell his energy is down. He does, we feed off of each other. They even said that when we were in confessionals, that we feed off of each other. Like our confessionals were hilarious. So it's been difficult. Like since the show, it's been a little difficult, but we're still working on it. And we're, kind of talking through some things to work on it individually as well. Things that we need to work on, because I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. We have to kind of perfect ourselves or work on ourselves. So when we come together, it's a better experience for each other.
Love that. How about you, Hollywood? After cameras are gone, all of that exit, talk to me, man. How's it been, man?
Me, I'm a lovable dude, you did. Like real talk. I'll be missing the hugs and the booty grabs and the soft kisses.
Me too.
But
Hollywood, I love it.
You see how I just say, you know what I'm saying? But
don't say that to me. Don't be saying that. Continue.
Continue. Floss, bro. Floss. Go on. Floss for us.
I missed all the us because we used to stay together, and then she got her own career in Atlanta. Well, we got one in Atlanta. What's up, Dad? Chilling. It's been hard when you're used to being with someone every day. You know, it's hard, and you're so far away from them, and now all you can do is FaceTime and kiss through the phone. It's hard.
No, because these lips are soft, and you ain't been able to feel them, baby.
Which lips? See?
You see my face?
I can't, man.
But I'm just joking. You see how I be joking?
I can't take Hollywood with me, man. He be baiting me out, bro.
Nowhere, like at all.
No, do you know what? Do you know what? One of the things I think many people might know, I when I watch you two, I even watched it on a live yesterday. The energy that you guys bring is disgustingly amazing, man. Like, honestly, and I use disgusting in a positive term. Like, honestly, when I see you two, it's like you said, you lot feed off each other. It's really like, it's rare you get to see two people that are like that. That when they meet, it sparks. It's almost like Hancock. Like when he meets the other girl, storm, everything, lightning, that's how I see you two. Like, you know, when you two connect on such a vibe that, fam, I want to be around you. I want to be close to both of you. Like, yo, these two, like, if you're around them, you're never not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how do you two keep that kind of energy going though? How do you keep that up?
Well, it must be straight up.
He's the beginning of it. I'm gonna tell you. I have energy. I do. I have a lot of energy, but it is nothing compared to him. Like, I'm dull compared to him. And I think a lot of things that helped us in our relationship is we didn't take things too seriously, and we stayed playful. You know, like, we'll be in a house and we'll be playing tag. Like, we'll be in the closet and be like, hit, and like take off running. Like, literally, like, that's what our relationship is. So it's like, you know, when you have that to where you can just be, you know, he allows me to be me, and I do the same. Like, even though I'll turn my face up, you know, when he's being inappropriate at the house, is different. Nobody hears that, you know.
See, that's what I be trying to tell. That's what I was trying to tell the world. Like, I'm gonna break a few things down. When we was together for the 9 years, we didn't have no dull relationship. Our relationship was great. The show was the only thing that brought us this way. Real talk.
Have a bad relationship.
Huh?
You keep talking past tense, and it is driving me, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. wait, what I say?
But these 9 years, we didn't have a bad relationship like it's bad right now.
No. I'm sorry, y'all.
Don't worry, bro. I got what you meant, bro. Don't let her get you, bro.
We have amazing relationship. No, let me tell you something.
You better back up.
That's why when people say, "Oh, her and Karuma chemistry was so good," she looking in his eyes. Let me tell y'all something. I still make her do the same thing. Look, she's smiling right now. Look.
I'm smiling because you are silly.
You know, when they were saying about this guy, oh, they energy. That, of course, this was the beginning of 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You don't know this dude. They don't know this dude. They don't know this man is in Atlanta. I'm not talking about nobody, y'all. Just let y'all know. You in Atlanta, and it's a 10-to-1 ratio of women to men. You don't have a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? They got 10 women for you. You supposed to have 10 women right now if you're single. I'm just saying.
But what if he was doing what you was doing?
What? Being a player?
If you said if you wasn't with me, you was just gonna be busting people down.
That's what he would be doing. But I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting it. And then again, they don't know this man. They just see him being sweet for the first 2 weeks. This man probably got an anger problem. I'm not no anger man. I don't have an anger problem. You might be
like it on this show.
Huh?
Like it on this show.
But you know the real me though. They just saw me get hyped. That's me. I get hyped. But they don't know. You know, that's why I be saying the grass may be greener, but you don't know what's under that surface. They got a lot of shit under there. You know, it's stinking now. You dig? That's why we know each other. The ups, the downs, the blows, we know everything about each other. It's not nothing we don't know about each other. And I never wanted to get rid of my relationship. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I should have married this girl when I proposed the first time, y'all. And I'm sorry that I didn't, Red. I really should have. Because you're the best person I've ever had in my life, and everybody know that, and I tell everybody to this day. And I'm sorry for any hurt that I've ever did. And I'm sorry. Shut up.
How you gonna spoil a moment like that? Go on, dog.
Exactly.
And no, that's the devil. The devil trying. The devil. I'm talking good. The devil start barking. Yeah, he's the devil. She the devil. But like I'm sorry for any pain that I caused on the show. If I talk crazy from the nasty gestures, I wish I could take it all back. For real.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Oh wow, what am I saying? Appreciate? What the frick?
See, I got you.
Bro, I thought you were talking to me for a sec. I'm so sorry, Ashley. I was looking at the screen and I got caught up in the moment. My bad. That's for you, Ashley. Sorry. I missed that. Sorry about that.
Somebody say, how many times man got to apologize? Damn.
No, you better
going,
bring a Bugatti.
Exactly.
You better bring a Bugatti.
Hello.
Wait, what can I get?
One for me too. One for me too.
Wait. What can I get though? I ain't get it. You know what I'm saying?
What you need?
I know what you need.
You know what I need.
Listen, I don't want to hear nothing but no toes. Anyway, listen, guys. So, let me ask my final question. What did you guys learn from the experience? My last question. What did you guys get from the experience? What is it that you're taking from this experience and you are applying in your lives, whether it's together, whether it's separately? What is it that you guys are taking from this experience forward?
Wait, Ray, you ready?
Yeah. I have learned a lot from Dr. Nicole's teachings. And one thing that I did get clarity about is that in relationships, you can renegotiate your terms. So at some time where certain things were okay for me to just excuse, now they're not. At the start of this relationship, certain things were okay, like for you to just not be able to say what you mean or not having that emotional. I was okay with the workaround. But I've learned that I don't have to just be okay with that. I can renegotiate, the terms of what I want my relationship to look like. And those are the things to not feel disposable, And I've also learned that you can't take each other for granted, because, there are certain things that this man does that I know any guy coming after him, if that would ever be the case, they would have it so hard because he sets the standards and the bar so high because he's such a great man. You know what I'm saying? To not take him for granted because he's truly an amazing man to me. And another thing that I learned out of this process was sometimes, a lot of times I would put, Hollywood's emotions before my own and I would kind of suppress my own. And I realized I can't really do that. So I've learned that sometimes it's okay to be a little selfish with, things that you actually physically or mentally, emotionally need in relationships. And to be accountable. When you're wrong, acknowledge you're wrong.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Holly, what? Talk to us, sir. What did you learn and what are you applying, sir?
I learned that your little hood rascal get taken real easy. Nah,
he learned how to show his beat on Instagram. That's what
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Nah, real talk. You don't have to take nobody for granted, man. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Again, like I always tell y'all, God is amazing, man. He put people in your life for a reason, and you got to learn what that reason is. Maybe they're here for a lifetime or a life lesson. I learned that I was a little selfish growing up, and I know why. And I've been working on that. I learned that I need to keep my mouth shut and listen instead of jumping. Instead of not, I'm listening, but I'm listening to come back. You know what I'm saying? Instead of listening and working on this, it's always a solution. It's always a solution. And that's easy. Like I said, it's easy. If I'm 100% good dude and I'm missing that part to be 100, I would love to work on that. I would love to fix that, And who don't want to be perfect for their spouse? Happy wife, happy life, right? I learned that you can control the temperature. You really can. If you hot, your girl gonna be hot. If you cold, your girl gonna be cold. You want to make it to where y'all comfortable. That's it.
I appreciate that.
Why when you be talking, you be on that microphone real soft? Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah.
I'm just, just trying to bring that, just trying to, just trying to bring
Storm
that.
102.1.
Well, you know what? I might have to consider it still. They might give me a section. You never know, man. They never know. So, but I want to thank you too, because I think for me, one of the realest things I think this live and others like Michael and Shay's and Tamika and Vince's has shown me is that, especially when I read some of the comments, is like people are quick to comment, and they comment from a place of emotion. So they're not trying to understand. They just want to have their opinion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the judgment comes with it. I think I said this on Michael and Shay's, and I'm like, I want to put this across the audience again, because this whole channel is not about trying to put your opinion so that you're crushing people. You understand? Like, it's not about how I felt emotional and I'm gonna kill someone with my opinion now. No, it's about understanding that we're trying to seek to understand. So for those who are in the audience, thank you so much for coming through. I want you guys to push the fact that it's about trying to understand. If you feel that you have a different opinion, that's fine, but please, can you respectfully do it? Like, respectfully, with a hashtag on it. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always appreciated when people give love, you know what I'm saying? It's given back. So, but I want to thank you two, because you've been transparent, you've been honest, you've been open, and you haven't hidden anything, and I think many people can't do that. They are happy to talk about everybody else, but when it comes to their own, they can't be that transparent. So what you two have done has been transparent, and so I appreciate that, because it means that, one, we can learn from that, and two, also it means that we have to look at ourselves to say, whoa, like, okay, cool, maybe I need to look at myself and think, what am I not doing that's correct? You know what I'm saying? So just as much as I'm learning from you two, as well as I'm watching, I'm learning, I'm saying, okay, there's parts of me that also need to be checked. You know what I'm saying? So again, I want to thank you lot so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys on some more stuff. I don't know what is coming up. I mean, Hollywood, have you got anything coming up that we need to know? Is there anything that we need to be supporting?
Stay tuned.
This guy's all up in Colombian thing.
We'll let everybody know, man. I do own my own barbershop, Hollywood, cutting up. Yes, Lord. I'm coming out with my own beard oil product. I should have had it on here. But yeah, I got my own beard oil product, and I'm about to be in like 3 magazines coming up. And also, be ready. Tyler Perry might be hitting me up real soon.
Jeez.
I'm already on Instagram, butt naked anyway.
Hey, that's promotion. That was promotion.
Leave my boy's body alone, man. Okay.
Hey, I work
fitness
hard
first.
This, I work hard at it. Well, let me tell you something. I guarantee you, anybody who works hard as whoever worked as hard as I do, deserve to show it off. I ain't trying to hide this. I don't know how long we're gonna be here on this earth. Enjoy life, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Wake up every morning, think about what y'all want to do, and when y'all find out what it is, you do it. We only on this earth one time, man. Enjoy life. Happy New Year's to everybody that's watching. Love y'all for watching us on the show, man. Thank you, Little Black Book, man. You a monster. I love it, bro. You've been keeping it real from day one. You never held your tongue. You hear me? And we just want to say thank you, man. And God bless you. Hope whatever you got going on, if you want to be on the next Ryan Seacrest, the next God bless you, bro. And everybody that said something on these comments, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Even these good ones that's saying, God bless you, Hollywood, and we love y'all. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. I hope what y'all saw for us, the journey has been tough. And we hope y'all saw through us and learn from us. So if any men is out there watching, bro, make sure you tell the truth to your girl, and make sure you listen and stop trying to be the winner all the time, because you ain't gonna never win with these women. Trust me.
At least you know that one. That one I agree with you. That one I agree. We ain't never gonna win. We ain't never gonna win.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know we never fussed like that until we got on the show. But you know the main thing we only fuss about?
Food.
Yep.
What you want to eat? What you want to
eat? That is normally the one. Food is the one. Food is the one. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you lot so much. Audience members, thank you so much for coming through. They would say, well, I don't know what the saying is, but we gotta go. So yeah. I was searching for that term, but I couldn't find it, so we gotta go. So appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. We will see you soon.